In this video, I decided to do a 6-month Mandarin intensive learning challenge, but with a catch. I will not be spending any money on programs, apps, or tutors. This means no Netflix, no Duolingo, Premium, Cork, any of these apps that cost so much money. No. So how do we learn Mandarin on a budget? What does that leave us with? YouTube, Spotify, Duolingo, and Anki. Let's see how it went. It's also important to mention I do have some basic knowledge in Mandarin because I have tried to study it before, but failed from a lack of motivation and the cost barrier. But now, I'm back and here to show you that anyone can learn a language for free. Unless I fail, then I guess not. But I will, I'm gonna try my best, okay? I started with YouTube by creating an additional channel for whenever I wanted to practice Mandarin. This allowed me to subscribe to channels that only have content in Mandarin and additionally switch my location to different cities in China so the trending page is for that country and also recommends me videos from China. This creates an immersive environment to learn with minimal English exposure. The first video I found was actually a collection of songs from TikTok, and as I previously mentioned, listening to music is another way to get a lot of input, so I started adding these songs to a new Spotify playlist, even though it wasn't what I had originally planned. I subscribed to the channel so I could easily find it later, and continued looking for other channels on YouTube because I really wanted to find YouTubers. I like watching gaming content in English, so I decided to look for that same kind of content in Mandarin by manually sorting the videos displayed with the gaming category. Quickly I found a couple channels that looked interesting, but was mostly looking to curate my recommended rather than find specific YouTubers. I found a lot of artists and YouTubers throughout the 2 weeks, but most notably came across an artist called Gem, whose music I really enjoyed. I found her through my recommended on Spotify. I was very excited because it's often hard to stick with a YouTube channel if I don't feel attached to a creator, but I found Gem's YouTube channel and was able to get a sense of who she was as a person in addition to listening to her music. So even though I couldn't understand the majority of what she said, I felt more of a connection. I kept a log of all my practice time and unfortunately did not watch as much YouTube as I would have liked, but I did study Duolingo about every other day. Duolingo has a reputation of not teaching you how to speak, but it does teach you vocabulary and basic grammar structures pretty well. I decided to take a placement test just so I would have a sense of how much Duolingo thought I knew, and did significantly better than I was expecting. But I think this is because my reading level is my strongest skill in Mandarin, so my level is definitely inflated by this assessment. I also noticed they have a league system in Duolingo, so in the following weeks I will probably set experience goals for myself to stay on top of the leaderboards to motivate myself to do more Duolingo. Additionally, I continued adding words to my Anki deck and studied that almost every day. For those of you who don't know, Anki is a spaced repetition software that will show you the word right before your brain is scheduled to forget it, so the words always stay fresh in your mind. I use it for Spanish as well, and it has been the most successful software in teaching me vocabulary. It is free on computers, but I think it costs $20 on mobile devices, so I got the computer version. Here's my total practice time for the 2 weeks, in addition to my practice time in each different category. For my month update, I'm going to try to double my practice time in each category, and will also reach out to some of my friends who speak Mandarin to practice with them because I currently have no way of practice speaking. Speaking of which, here's what my Mandarin sounds like now. 好，星期我学中文50分，每天，但是我想学中文每天100分好，和我会说我有2个猫好，我有一点朋友会说中文好。So that's my Mandarin level. I can speak a bit more, but still not great. But we're gonna work on it, and hopefully the more input I get, the more the language will start falling into place, the more I'll be able to speak it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It would really mean the world, and I hope I made your day just a little bit brighter.